to do this thing?
Yes, sir.
Did Jason freeze up?
I think so.
Look like it. Oh man. Oh damn! Now you...
Oh man.
Well. We got to go impromptu.
We gotta go in. It's all good. You got the background anyway, so it's all, you know.
I thought it was me for a minute because I was driving. I thought I just froze and everything.
I thought it was me too.
I'm in slow motion, so I for a minute there I'm like, oh, okay, we still rolling until I just still go forward. But let me ask you this, man. You know, we got the AFC South representing strong in here, man.
I know it, man.
What, Kerry, man? What are what are the Titans looking for?
Man, possibly trading up, maybe. You know, I just want to make the right pick. That's all I can tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we got a lot of things going on. Everybody talking about QB or whatever, but man, look here, man. Just make the right pick. That's all I care about.
Man, yo, thanks for holding it down. I don't even know what happened. We're having severe thunderstorms out here in Florida, so it's already starting to affect me. It's unbelievable. This is the time of year, guys. That's it. Time of year. It rains every day in Florida somewhere for at least 15 minutes, and it's usually hard as hell. So, damn. Oh, man. Oof. All right, but you guys got a little talking. We're ready to do this thing?
We're ready, man.
All right. Well, hopefully my damn freaking controls hold up, but at least I know that you guys can hold it down for me, no problem. So we ready to roll. All right. We're going to hear this. The NFL chimes. Let's go. Let's get the first pick in. C. Lou, you want to start with the crew? You want to make the first pick? The Carolina Panthers are on the clock.
Yeah, so for me, for the first pick for the Panthers, I'm going Bryce Young.
I like that. You know, that seems to be the consensus. You know, a lot of people saying Bryce Young, but apparently he's like this little itty bitty guy over here, Seawood. So I don't know. Are you on board with that one too?
I'm on board with it, man. And that'll be the first time. You know me, I'm a Bama fan, so that's the first time we've had a quarterback go anywhere close to that in a long time. And I mean, what can you say, man? Dude, he's the best QB out there. Let's just be real about it. No, that's no disrespect to CJ Stroud. But you know, look, man, Bryce Young, the way he does just every little thing, the pre-snap reads, you know, just forgetting about just his passing ability. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just everything he does is just on point. And I think you got to go with that guy for the number one pick.
Right. I mean, yeah. You know, Carlton, I don't think they'd be making all this hype about him, even though he's, 5'10". He weighs about 180 pounds soaking wet, if that much. I mean, but the skill level is off the chart, and they've been talking about this kid all year as one of the best players I've seen in a while. And, yeah, if he was 6'2", 225, we wouldn't be having this debate right now. But he's obviously got the goods. So C. Lou and C. Wood think so. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the trifecta, man, and go with Bryce Young. Man, I think it's very impressive that he's been able to kind of overcome, impress the scouts, man, and overcome his size limitations, man. You know, we don't even hear about that anymore. It's just about how high his IQ is, how, you know what I'm saying, how great he is as a leader and all of his traits off the field. So he's able to shine in other areas and minimize, you know what I'm saying, his limitations. So definitely Bryce Young. That's about the surest pick of the draft. Now it goes crazy.
Yeah. I know. Right now we're going to see what's up because I'm with you guys.
To be honest, I wouldn't sleep on Will Levis going number one. Like, I do think it's going to be Bryce Young, but I wouldn't sleep on them picking Will Levis.
Yeah, why am I hearing this? Why all of a sudden is John Cena the number 1 overall pick with him and his muscle showing? I don't get it. What happened all of a sudden, man?
It's smoke screen season, man.
Yeah.
Smoke screen.
So the thing with that though, like with the Panthers, that's the only team I'm not really buying smoke screens from because they're the number 1 pick. They don't really have to sell pipe dreams to anybody because they get whoever they want. But
That's right.
But like to me, I think he's Frank Wright. He's a Frank Wright type quarterback. That's where I see Will Levis being that pick. But I mean, again, I think the pick should be Bryce Young, so that's what I'm going with. But I could see Will Levis going there.
Ooh, very interesting. All right. He had a really good 2021 season. 2022, not so great. Didn't have a lot of the same players around. He was hurt a little bit, but Alexander George is over here. He's agreeing Bryce Young all the way, so we can call that a quintfecta, or I don't know what the hell you say, but all 5 of us agree on that shit. So we good to go there. All right, so Bryce Young is going number 1. Who is going number 2? Here we go. The draft pick is in. Let's go. C. Wood, you make the first one for the second pick overall for the Houston Texans.
Like C. Hen just said, the draft starts right now with this number 2 pick. I went back and forth on it, to be honest with you. I mean, I kind of listened to all the hype about what the Texans going to do right here, but man, you got to go C.J. Stroud. To me, I mean, if you're starting this thing over, man, you can't sit here and start playing around and we'll get Caleb Williams next year and all that. No, man, go ahead and get C.J. Stroud right now. That's my pick, but hey, it may be something totally different.
It might be because, again, they got my boy DeMeco Ryans over there right now, who we know is a defensive coach, but that would not be a bad idea because, again, they were talking about Stroud as possibly being the number 1 pick, Carlton. So I totally get him picking him at number 2 for the Texans. Are you going the same way?
So, man, great minds think alike. Again, I believe it's definitely smokescreen season. I believe we've been hearing a lot about Will Anderson, and I'm also going to go with Stroud, but I do put a caveat, an asterisk here. I think if DeMeco Ryans is not in love with Stroud or he has some type of some type of reservations about Stroud, he should not pick him because, like we all know, once you pick your quarterback, the clock starts running.
Yeah.
So if he wants to possibly buy himself maybe another year, build up this roster and put themselves into the Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever else is coming out sweepstakes next year, I can see that. But to me, and I don't know how, I'm a football guy, so I just look at it through my eyes. I don't know how they feel about the RAS scores and the S2 scores and all that stuff, but football scores, it should be Stroud. But if he don't want to start the clock and be married to a guy that he don't think can lead his team, they should stay away. But I'm going Stroud here.
Hey, I like what you said right there. The only score that matters is the football score. That was a perfect saying right there. I think that everybody should adopt that right now.
Talking about the RAS score. I don't even know what that means. Don't even tell me what the acronym is.
That's what I'm saying.
Nonsense. They had the one.
Well, I can tell you my GM. He loves RAS scores, so he loves betting on the traits. So those scores are important to some of these GMs, man. Believe it or not.
But I'll tell you, I know some of the stupidest people in the world, but when they get on the football field, they're amazing. So I don't even care, man. It's like
that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's football smarts, It's just some people know how to play the game, and that's it.
So
I ain't calling nobody stupid. I'm just saying, you know what?
Right.
Football's a whole different game. I thought Stroud for a while too. They got the 12th pick also, which we're going to come around to. So I'm thinking maybe they use that to come back in and get a QB if they want, because I feel like DeMeco Ryans again, Chris, and we're going to go to you in a second. I'm going to make the pick here. I am going back-to-back Alabama. I am going to go with Will Anderson. I do believe in it because I believe that DeMeco Ryans wants to go defense first, build that running game. He's got Damian Pierce over there. And I don't know if he likes Davis Mills or not. I really don't. But he'll have an opportunity to possibly get another quarterback later if he wants. So I don't think that he can miss out on Will Anderson. So, Chris, that's why I'm going there, defensive end out of Alabama.
Yeah, so I'm actually with you, Jason. DeMeco Ryans is an Alabama guy. And I think he's going to go defense first here, and he's going to draft Will Anderson. I think for the Texans, I think it's Bryce Young or bust. Like, if they can't get Bryce Young, then they're not looking for their quarterback this year. They're going to wait. That's personally how I feel. So yeah, I'm going Will Anderson right here, and I think think he's a good fit for that defense. I mean, you want to establish that edge rush, especially coming from the 49ers where you have a Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you have a Nick Bosa and edge rush is big there. That edge rush is going to be big for the Texans moving forward, especially in our division. So I do think that that he goes edge rusher here and Will Anderson.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, so the council over here is split on that one. So we got 2 for Anderson, 2 for Stroud, and again, they got another pick at 12. We'll see what they do. We'll get to it, but right now we're still at number 3. The pick is in. Let's make it happen. Chime it up. All right, Carlton, your turn to make the pick for the Arizona Cardinals at number 3.
Yeah, Arizona. I'm gonna go Willie Anderson here, man. They lost a lot of pass rush last year. We saw they lost Zach Allen, and then we had the retirement of the great one. So they need some pass rush help here. And if they don't trade out, I think Willie Anderson will be the pick if he's still available.
All right. Well, there you go. If you're still available, that'd be pretty damn smart of the Cardinals to do. There's a lot of talk about the Cardinals trading out of their spot, C. Wood. Do you think they trade out or do they remain? And what do you like?
Again, that was another one I looked hard at because obviously it could be my boys that make that trade for that spot. At least those, have been the rumors for the last few weeks.
Yeah, true.
Personally, I don't want the Titans to do that because obviously it would be Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. I think at that point that they would go and get. So, hey, it may still be on the table, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to go Arizona going edge right here, going my boy Will from Tuscaloosa, man. I think that's the pick.
All right.
And I think it's just the right move to make at this point.
No doubt. Yeah, they need a lot of help on defense. There's no question about that. I mean, Arizona needs help everywhere right now, but defense, I think, is a place that they should and could start. What do you think, CeeLo?
Yeah, so I think they go edge here too, but I don't think of course, it's not Will Anderson.
Right.
I think it's going to be Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. But this could be a spot that gets a pick that gets traded, like for sure. Whether it's Tennessee, whether it's the Colts, and to what you were saying, C-Wood, like I wouldn't want to trade up. I wouldn't want to trade up if I'm Tennessee because too many holes to fill on that roster, and you only got 6 draft picks. You're gonna have to give up a lot of capital to move from 11 12 to up to 3. So if I was the Tennessee Titans, I would stay where I'm at.
I hear that argument. That makes sense. What do you think about that, C-Wood, about your team sticking where they are as opposed to having to give up so much draft capital?
Oh yeah, man. We got this is like CeeLo just said. We got other needs. We can go offensive line. We can go back defense. We brought back. Thank goodness we brought back Jeffrey Simmons. But obviously you can go a number of different ways with this Tennessee team. We kind of like in that kind of light rebuild. I guess it's not a total rebuild yet. So. Say, look, man, just keep the 11th pick and keep it rolling.
Yeah, and in that division, there's nothing set in stone over there. I know Jacksonville won the division last year, but that can change any time, any year, it seems like. Chris, I'm about to blow your mind right now, man. I think the Colts don't want to mess around, and they're afraid that somebody else is going to jump up in there. I think the Colts jump ahead, trade with the Cardinals, just that one pick, give them a second rounder or whatever it may be, and they go ahead and they grab C.J. Stroud. I think that's what they're going to do. I think that the Colts jump up that one spot, Chris, and they take that quarterback, C.J. Stroud, right there.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that happening. If CJ's on the board at 3, I could definitely see that happening.
I can see it happening too. I mean, again, they were talking about him like maybe the number 1 guy, so why the hell not? So I'm kind of thinking, you know what? The Colts may get a little shook. They've been striking out the last 3 years, whether it was Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers did a decent job for them. But, yeah, they need a new quarterback now, and I don't think Sam Ehlinger is the guy. So, yeah, time to move on with that one right there, no doubt.
Hey, I'll say this, though. If C.J. Stroud is available at 3, if the Texans pass on Stroud, then I'm all for the Titans trading up to that 3rd spot.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask both of you guys that question. Like, what if Stroud is there though? Does that change your mind? But yeah,
yes, Absolutely.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go. And he again, quarterback at Ohio State. I know he played with really good wide receivers, but I mean that man lit up Georgia's defense in the playoffs. That was something serious right there. Nobody did that to Georgia, so that was really impressive, no doubt. All right, so number 4, being the fact that I switched the Cardinals and Colts, I'm going Cardinals taking defensive tackle, a guy who I know has gotten some flack lately for pass things or whatever, but he's too good of a football player to pass up. Jalen Carter goes to the Cardinals at number 4. I know the Colts are the 4th pick right now, but again, in my trade, Jalen Carter goes number 4. So what do you think happens here, C. Lou, with the Cardinals? I'm sorry, with your Colts at number 4.
Yeah. So if CJ Stroud is there at 4, I think we take him. But my heart really leans that we're going Anthony Richardson. But I think, that's what makes it hard on this mock draft right here, because CJ Stroud is on the board. Well, for me, as far as how I've been picking,
Right.
He's on the board. So since he's there, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud.
Okay, all right, no doubt. But I hear that Anthony Richardson thing also because you got Shane Steichen coming over from Philly. He had Jalen Hurts, similar type of quarterback. So if they do go that way, I understand. But Stroud has been definitely the more proven guy. So I hear you right there. All right, Henry, what you got, bro?
I'm going with another quarterback. I'm going with Will Levis here. I think Indianapolis needs a quarterback. Will Levis.
Why would you do this to me, C. Henry?
Listen, man, listen, I've seen a lot of mocks. I've been in some mocks and seen a lot of mocks where he falls, man. But for me, man, I think that's where you guys really, really should go. I do. I think he's a solid player, man. And if the coach is the coach that he say he is, and he can coach up anybody in any style, then coach him up. And Indy is one of the best landing spots for any of these young quarterbacks because you have a solid offensive line, you got a running back, you got a couple receivers, you got a decent defense. So to me, soft landing spot, man. This is the best spot to go if you're a young quarterback.
Hey, I understand right there. And C. Lou, you even admitted that there's been some ties over there. We've got to say up to my main man right here, right now, the real deal, Damian Adams, a friend of all of ours. And we appreciate that, bro. Man,
appreciate you, Damian.
I got to hit you up, D. I got to hit you up. I know you're doing big things, baby. I love it. My man, D. Awesome. He should be in on this, too, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
We've been doing this the past couple of years, and we have a blast with it, man. But to finish it off, you got the Colts at number 4. C. What are they doing?
I'm gonna go with CN again, man. We like you said, good minds think alike, and I'm going with Will Levis here as well. Now, of course, again, that depends on if Stroud is on the board at that point as well. I think you got to look back at his 2000, I guess we call it his 21 season. A lot of people kind of come back on this 22 season, but you have a new offensive coordinator. Kentucky didn't have any weapons on the outside. Now, again, I wouldn't choose him if I was Tennessee at 3, but right here, it makes sense for the Colts. Well, obviously, I think they're going to be looking for a quarterback. And I think you have to kind of go back to his season before last and kind of grade him like that, in my opinion, man. Because I think a lot of those changes at Kentucky made a big difference in that last season. So I don't think it's a bad pick at all. I think I got them getting Will Levis right here at 4.
My man C. Lou about to drive off a bridge right now. You're killing it.
Hey, C. Wood is only saying that because he's a Titans fan and he wants to play against Will Levis because that's the only reason he's saying that.
Hey,
you know what?
I love it. Oh, there you go. The picks, a lot of quarterbacks going as we suspected. We knew it was going to happen. One big one has not dropped yet. Let's see where he's going to go when he goes. All right, we're up to the 5th pick of the draft. Here we go. Let's see. We was on the clock right now at number 5. Why don't I know who's on the clock at number 5? This is that. Oh, the Seahawks. My bad.
Yep.
The Seahawks. All right, C. Lou, you living up there, baby. What's happening?
Yeah, so I think the Seahawks are going with Jalen Carter, big boy out of Georgia.
I like it. If he's there, that's a perfect fit. It definitely is. I like that.
We need them to take that pick too, man. Save us from ourselves, man, because I think we may draft him. I don't know. If Brad draft him, then he's vetted him, and we're gonna rock with him. But that kid, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. He flashes greatness at times, but the inconsistency. Yeah, hey, Seattle, save us from ourselves, baby.
I love it. That's great. Yep, you are coming up next. That is true. C. Wood, do you think it's Carter also? Or you got somebody else in mind?
I got Jalen Carter, man.
Dang.
Defensive tackle, the Georgia Bulldog. There's no disputing the talent, and there's no disputing the fit, in my opinion, there at Seattle. Pete Carroll, yeah. That's where I think they go, and I don't think Pete Carroll is going to be, kind of scared of his past or whatever. I think it's going to be cool with him. So yeah, I got him going to the Seahawks.
Yeah, Pete Carroll is definitely known more for drafting defense. There's no doubt about it. And they also got the 20th pick in this year's draft, Seattle. So I'm wondering if they want to stock up a little bit more. And I'm thinking that there's a team that's really desperate right now that drafted a quarterback recently that they don't like too much. And they're looking at this kid, Anthony Richardson, and saying, you know what? We need a quarterback like that to contend in the NFC East. And that would be the Washington Commanders trading all the way up to number 5 to take Anthony Richardson. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that they are so desperate and so left behind in that division right now. There's such an afterthought that they got to do something to blow up. So I think Anthony Richardson is going to become a Commander via trade. That's what's going to happen.
I gotta ask some questions on that one, Jason. I gotta get your insight on that one.
Bring it on.
So, do you think this will be a move done by the current management, or does this have to get the stamp from the future management team?
Now, that's a really good question because we don't have a whole lot of time coming up on that one. So I wonder how much the new management actually has that say in there right now. Yes, I know it's a bold prediction, D. I'm with you, but I feel like the Commanders have to do it. But that's a really good point, Henry. That's a really good point because right now the whole thing is mixed up.
One last follow-up. Also, with the regime of Jason Campbell, Martin Mayhew, and I would say I'm just gonna call him Ron Burgundy, Ron Rivera, Ron Rivera. Can they take a developmental pick like that when they essentially could be on a short lease and a 1-year deal?
That is possible. I think that the addition of Eric Bieniemy becoming the offensive coordinator over there says a little bit, and I think that he will have some input saying, hey, look, this is the type of quarterback that we need if we want to contend. We need a dual threat quarterback. We can't just have a guy who's sitting back in the pocket all day long without a great offensive line. We need to make moves. So I think that's the direction that they have to go, and it's time for them to evolve. But you're right. Their organizational situation is a hot mess right now. That's why they got to make a splash. They got to do something. And we shall see. Oh, we got Niffen saying Zay Flowers to the Commanders. He may be a top wide receiver, but maybe too early. I don't know. But anyway, so that's my trade. Commanders at 5, moving up. So I'm doing a little trades right now. My trades are pretty much over, but there you go. Now we come to Henry's team, the Lions. Here we go. What's happening, man?
I think I kind of like a few of your scenarios better than my scenarios so far. But I think with the 6th pick at this point, I almost want to say Bijan, man, but I'm gonna put some objectivity on it and back up off that. But I'm gonna go with Tyree Wilson, man, here because I believe that we're going heavy on the positional value. I think Brad likes to improve the trenches. This is a guy who has a lot of ability. You put him on the other side with Aiden. It can be kind of crazy in terms of the pass rush. You incorporate James Houston there. Pass rush is nasty. And again, though, he's a big frame guy and a guy who a lot of folks from what I hear feel like he hasn't figured it all out yet. So he's still learning. A guy who is still, working through going through the motions, kind of learning as he goes, but still able to make impacts. What does he have? 15 sacks in the last 2 years, a number of tackles for loss. Could probably play a little bit, have some positional versatility. So Tyree Wilson is the pick. I am worried about that broken foot, though, so we haven't gotten a lot of information on that.
Right, no doubt. And that's good information. And, I keep hearing that he's a top 5 type of talent. And you know what? You line him up across side of Aiden Hutchinson. Now you got something going on.
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick. All right, I like that. So Wilson dropping a little bit. Maybe if you want to call it dropping, because I'm hearing really good things about him. So you guys would be pretty damn lucky to get him right there.
The guy raising up. He's climbing up the board, and we haven't seen him work out since since November or something.
I know, right?
So hopefully he's interviewing very well.
That means something. Nathan, yeah, we're going to address that offensive tackle in a minute over there. Yep, with about Darnell Wright. Definitely going to talk about him, one of the top offensive tackles coming out. But what do you got for this pick?
I thought about Tyree Wilson right here. I've got him sliding a little bit, just a little, but I think the Lions need a little bit of help in the secondary cornerback. So I've got them selecting Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon.
Yo, I totally agree with you. I'm right on point with you right there. I think that Christian Gonzalez, I'm hearing he's the best cornerback in the draft, and I think that the Lions would be really smart. It's a passing league. You got to deal with Justin Jefferson twice a year. Go get somebody who can guard him. So I like that pick right there. I like that pick. What do you think, C-Lou?
Yeah, so I'm on board with that too. For me, it was between going tight end or going corner. But I don't think you go tight end this early. So I'm definitely going with Christian Gonzalez. And the reason I go with him too is because over Devin Witherspoon, even though I know Witherspoon is solid, like Witherspoon is solid. Yes, but I go with Gonzalez because he gives you a little bit of versatility at the position where you can put him back at safety sometimes. You can maybe line him up as your number one corner. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with Gonzalez. So I like him right here for the Detroit Lions.
I like that right there. I like that. That would be a good pick. The DA coming in with the comedy. I love it right there. I got to change my name to C4 in order to fit in over here. C. Lucy. Oh, my man, D. I love it. That's
got
great.
The C's in the house.
I know. I was thinking about that before when I was like writing at the beginning of the show. I'm like, holy shit, C&C Music Factory. Rocking now. I love it. I love it. All right, great job so far, fellas. Let's get to our next pick over here. And C. Lou just mentioned his name. The Raiders have the 7th overall pick, and I like Devin Witherspoon, man. They need a quarterback as well in that division. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, give me a freaking break right now. Let's go. Get a cornerback. Devin Witherspoon, he's my guy right there, C. Wood.
I'm with you, man. That's exactly what I have. The same exact reasons that you said it. I thought about sliding him. Well, it could have been Gonzalez here if Wilson had gone to Detroit.
Right.
But I mean, like you say, man, you got to have those cornerbacks in that league, and the Raiders need help everywhere pretty much on defense. You could have gone edge, you could have gone up front or whatever, but I like Witherspoon at this spot for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Again, great minds think alike right there. What about you, Hen? What you got?
You know what? I'm going to shake things up a little bit. I think when you look at that division, man, you got a number of great quarterbacks over there. And I think I know Jimmy G is over there. But I think that, the coach over there, McDaniels, is going to give him a rocket launcher to get into that arms race. It may take some time to develop him. He's got a guy who can kind of be a bridge quarterback right now. So I think he works on Anthony Richardson for the next couple of years, and hopefully he develops his Patrick Mahomes.
All right. I gave that some thought, to be honest with you, and then I backed off a little bit because I'm like, well, they got Jimmy Garoppolo. Not that I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously wearing his 49er hat over here, but I was unsure. I'm like, are they going to go 7 and take a quarterback? But for a kid like this who maybe you want to sit for a year, which is okay because the Raiders ain't going anywhere this year anyway, why not? So you know what? I'm on board with that. I like that. What do you think, C-Lou?
So right here, I'm actually going Paris Johnson, offensive tackle out of Georgia.
Okay.
They need a lot of offensive line help. So I think they go with him. For me, I don't think they take a quarterback in this draft. I think they wait till next year. Just because I think they are like either they're sold on Will Levis or they're really sold on CJ Stroud. And I just don't think CJ falls that far. Which he could, but I don't think he falls that far. But I'm going Paris Johnson right here.
One of the first logical picks that we've had because you figure all linemen are going early and often, but they haven't yet narrow mock draft over here. But there you go. There's one of the best ones out there. So there you go. Nice. All right. Yeah, and the Raiders need help everywhere, like you said. So it makes sense. I totally get it. Next pick is in. Let's do it. Number 8. It is the Atlanta Falcons. Chris, why don't you kick us off, man?
Yeah, so I actually think they take Bijan Robinson right here.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Bijan's making out the first 10. And I think I think he goes right here to the Atlanta Falcons.
See, I'm wondering where everybody's having that guy because he's clearly totally freaking legit. It's just, where do you draft a running back these days? But the best time to get a running back is in their first 4 years, so why not draft him? I'm all right with that, man. What do you say, C-Hen?
You know what? It came down to Bijan and Christian Gonzalez. I've been in a couple Atlanta Falcons spaces, man, and they are really, really battling over these guys. I'm going to go with Christian Gonzalez, who's still on the board here. The number one corner here gives them a corner opposite A.J. Terrell.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of work on their defense in the offseason this year, so I'm going to give them there. But I'm going to tell you, Bijan is tough, man, because as far as I'm concerned, he's up there with Will Anderson. He's up there with Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud in terms of impact and that overall ranking in this draft. So to get him, wherever you get him after 5 or 6 is good for me. I know they kind of devalue running backs, but I'm going to go with Christian Gonzalez, and everybody else is on the Bijan watch at this point.
I like that. All right. Yeah, but hey,
Damien said the Saints don't want to tackle him, huh?
Yep. Well, none of that. Nathan got Joey Porter Jr. going to the Falcons over there, cornerback. All right, yeah, it depends on which cornerback you like more, but I dig it. All right, C. Wood, you got to make your pick over here for Atlanta.
Well, I'm going with C. Lou on this one, man. I'm going Bijan Robinson. At first, I kind of looked defense for the Falcons. I can see them doing that here as well. But I think they're looking for a splash there to go with Desmond Ridder there at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
You have got your tight end. You're getting I think making a splash right here offensively, I think makes some sense. And Bijan Robinson on the board right there, I think you do that if you're the Falcons, man.
Hey, man, they can run all over the damn place. And they were a good running team last year. And you get a kid like that, forget about it, man. So I totally get it. I understand. I'm going in a different direction, obviously. But it's because this guy fell in my draft because I had some corners going in and I had a lot of quarterbacks. But the Falcons, to me, they'd be very lucky to get Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, who you guys drafted already. But if he falls to the Falcons, that'd be amazing for them. So I think maybe he gets there. If he does, that would be a home run for them. So
that's who I would have gone with if like I said, that Tyree Wilson would have been my pick, but I don't know. I think in Bijan on this one.
I don't blame you, man. I mean, this guy's a special talent. When they talk about just the players, not where they're going, but just how good the players are, Bijan's top 5 everywhere I see. So totally get it. Makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely. All right, let's get our next pick in. Here we go. The Chicago Bears, who are in total rebuilding mode, who have an unbelievable quarterback that they don't know what the hell to do with, but they got to protect him, right, guys? So get an offensive tackle. For me, it's this guy, Peter Skoronski from Northwestern.
Oh.
That's who I'm going with.
I like Pete.
I think they have to go offensive line. I wouldn't be surprised if they went defense either because they need a lot of help, but I don't know. What do you think, Henry?
Right here, again, it's another pick where I looked at Bijan a little bit because I think that he'll be a great asset to a young quarterback. But as you said, they have great needs on the defensive side of the football. Also need some help protecting Justin Fields, who I think is a very, very, very good upcoming quarterback. I don't know if he's going to have the Jalen Hurts type jump this year, but if they get him some weapons and get him some protection, he can have a huge, huge, huge impact on this season. So I'm going to go ahead and give him that protection on the left side, give him the left tackle, Paris Johnson Jr. of Ohio State University.
All right, I like it. Good pick right there. Me and you definitely on the same page as far as offensive lineman right there. What do you think, C. Wood?
I'm with y'all, man, but I'm going with the Buckeye, Paris Johnson. It makes too much sense right here. You got to protect. You got to protect Justin, man. You got to do it. So it just makes too much sense, man. If the Bears do anything else, I mean, again, they could go defense or something here, no doubt, but you got to protect Fields, man. That's number one priority in my opinion. So Paris Johnson right here.
Yeah, CeeLo, I'm thinking unless they have somebody they really, really love, they have to go offensive line. But you tell me if I'm wrong.
Nah, I'm actually with you 100%. For me, it was between who was it? Broderick Jones and Peter. So I'm going Peter right here because
All right.
also Peter provides that versatility where you may be able to slide on the guard if you need to, or you can keep him out at tackle.
Right. Good call. There you go. That's right. And then offensive lineman who can do that is priceless, man. Anybody who can play all over the line. It's one of those beautiful things. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm going to go with another offensive lineman here with the Eagles in the 10th pick. They're a stacked team. I can see them going defense, fellas, and I have a feeling some of you guys might go defense after getting their asses kicked in the second half of that Super Bowl. But again, it was Kansas City. But this is where I got Paris Johnson going to Philadelphia. See them.
You said you got Paris Johnson going?
Yeah, I got Paris Johnson going to Philly because I protect Jalen Hurts. You just paid the man like what 155 guaranteed or some crap like that.
Yeah, you just gave him a lot. You just gave him a lot of money.
So that's where I'm going there.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. I'm trying to think who I'm getting. You know what? They need some defensive interior help. So I'm gonna go Kalijah Kancey out of Pittsburgh.
Not bad. I like that. I definitely gave him some thought. Yeah, he's not the biggest guy, but damn, he's quick in between the tackles and he makes plays, man. So that's a good pick. I like it. All right, Steve Wood, what you got?
This is where I got Tyree Wilson going, and team him up with Jordan Davis. I think it makes a lot of sense to get that edge rusher. Again, like you just said, when they got just eaten up by Mahomes in the second half of that Super Bowl, I think you got to go defense. And I think you got the Eagles picking again later in the first round at number 30. Right. So I think they can, if they want to go offense or something at that point, they can do so. So I'm going with Tyree Wilson right here.
All right, that makes sense to me, man. Like I said, defense would be the way to go. And if that guy falls to them, that's a home run. I'm with it all the way. All right, let me see. See, Henry, still at number 10. Last pick here for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going against this team's DNA. I'm going against their recent draft trends. This is a pick that really is a luxury pick for them. When you got a special guy still on the board and you already got a great offensive line and you're sitting pretty, you got to add him, man. Listen, we're going to add Bijan Robinson right here at 10 to let him run that RPO with Jalen Hurts and play action with AJ. You don't get this opportunity too many times, man. So you got to take Bijan right here. You can come back around and help out your defense, man. It's a deep draft and a D tackle and cornerback, so it ain't deep and special, though.
Man, dangerous. We know Miles Sanders is gone right now. That would be fierce right there. That would be something serious. People watch the hell out if that happens. All right, so Bijan Robinson going to the Philadelphia Eagles, according to my man C. Hen. As we get to our next pick, number 11, that would be my boy C. Wood. Titans, man. Oh, boy, here we go. What's going to happen?
Well, just in case the Raiders don't go full Al Davis mode, because if y'all remember Al Davis when he did the draft, it was either going to be the fastest wide receiver that there was,
that's right,
or it's going to be a quarterback, something crazy like that offensively. So if they don't go with Anthony Richardson, I've got him falling right here to number 11 to the Titans.
Ooh.
And I think if he's on the board, the Titans are going to grab him.
I wouldn't blame him, man, because you know what? I just don't think Malik Willis got it. Ryan Tannehill is done, whatever. I mean, he's like 97 years old already, so he's finished. And I'm just not sure about Malik Willis, so I understand that. But because I had going earlier, I'm going with Will Levis going to the Titans. I don't know if you want to hear that or not, but that's who I think that they're going to take, because I think
I want to hear it.
I'm with C. No, man. I'm with C. Lou on that one, man. He's comfy in Indianapolis.
I love how nobody wants this dude. This is great.
Now, who did you pick, C. Wood? You picked Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, okay. He picked Richardson because you know that he just wants that to happen. He's dying for that to happen, man. He just wants it.
Yeah, I mean, but if he slides, it's possible. But again,
right. It is. And for some reason, I'm hearing that he is the one who's been sliding a bit lately. But then I hear from other guys, C. Hen, that he's like one of the top dudes, and he could be drafted number 1, which is crazy. But again, smoke screens, right?
Smoke screens, man. Smoke screens. My eyes tell me differently on Richardson, but we'll see. We'll see. But as far as Tennessee, man, I had a tough time trying to figure out exactly where I would go because we're right in the thick of the offensive tackle situation, which I think they could benefit from grabbing one. Wide receiver, you know, I know they drafted Traylon Burks last year, but the Robert Woods experience didn't quite work out. So maybe do they draft the guy, you know, maybe to play in the slot or opposite Traylon Burks, my bad. But right here, man, I'm gonna go a little unconventional again, man, because I think they need a little bit of a pass rush. And this is a guy that I'm hot and cold on, but right now he seems to be rising up the draft boards quickly. So I'm gonna go outside linebacker, pass rusher Nolan Smith, man, from Georgia. Add a little bit of pass rush to that Tennessee defense. I don't know if my man Vrabel is going to be in for a true blue rebuild, so I still think he's going to be trying to add some pieces to keep competing in that division.
I would agree. Yeah. Seawood, go ahead. Yeah, that's your team. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I can see that. And, you know, I say Anthony Richardson right here, but I could definitely see an edge rush or something like that if he's on the board. And then I can see also, like I said before, offensive tackle. Broderick Jones is still on the board at this point, I think, with all of us right now. To me, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, it could go either way. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Again, who knows if we even have this pick at this point tomorrow night, you know?
Right. You know, yeah, because if y'all want Anthony Richardson, y'all can come up to 6 and get him too.
There you go.
You know, Chris is funny, man.
Won't cost you much.
That won't cost much. I don't see it.
Chris is funny right here in this division. Chris, this is your division over here, and it's funny how Tennessee was the number 1 seed just a couple of years ago. And now we're talking about them needing players on the offensive line, the defensive line, the secondary, a quarterback. What do they do?
So I think they actually go Jackson Smith-Njigba right here. They go get JSN to be opposite side of Traylon Burks, or maybe play the slot or whatever. But part of me wanted, you know, what's the safety name? Seawood, the safety that
Byard.
Keith Byard.
So part of me was saying that Titans might trade Byard tomorrow. And if they trade Byard, they go Deion Branch out of Alabama. But yeah, I'm gonna go JSN right here. I'm gonna go JSN.
All right.
Yeah. I can see that too. I can see a wide receiver here at this point as well.
Yeah, they can use they can definitely use some wide receiver help. There's no doubt. I mean, the guy, you know, Traylon Burks is their top wide receiver, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's a sophomore and he's your top guy. You can definitely use a little bit of help for him. And from what I hear out of Jackson Smith, he's one of the best route runners out there. And from Ohio State, he was on the same team with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, and he outperformed both of them.
Yeah, he looked out cold a couple of years ago. He was like the best guy on the field. So
right,
crazy.
He's
crazy,
legit. Totally legit. So that's an interesting pick right there. I can see that. All right, so we are on the Texans' second pick, which is number 12 overall. All right, Seawood, how did you lead us off?
I got the wide receiver in let me say it right, in Njigba. I've got them going to the Texans, man. Everything y'all just basically said, and obviously, if whoever the quarterback is, if it's still Davis Mills, if it's C.J. Stroud, or whoever it is, they need some weapons out there, and that makes a lot of sense to me with Houston.
It does. It makes a lot of sense, and I can see them going that way. But for some reason, I'm thinking they're going to go that big tight end out of Notre Dame. I'm sorry, the kid out of Utah, the better one, Dalton Kincaid. He's the one who's better from what I hear out of the tight ends. Because, you know, young quarterbacks, their best friend is a tight end. And I don't know, this kid he's just so damn big and he's got such great hands. And the NFL, people like to work over the middle a little bit more. And that's what that kid does also, Jackson Smith, because he does play slot a lot and he can get over the middle. So I can definitely see them doing that, Seawood. But I am going to go with the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. What do you got, Silu?
Yeah, so right here, I think they take Will Levis.
All right. Here goes Levis. There he is. You have to go somewhere. Will Levis off the board for the Texans. All right. All right. So you think they got lucky or they were waiting on him and they knew they were going to get him?
Nah, I think they just got lucky. He slid and they were able to get him.
All right. All right. Well, let's see if it does work out. So you got them taking Anderson and Levis. All right. And we got both you, C. Wood and C. Henry. They both took Stroud the first time, and now you got JSN. Henry, what about now? Who you got them taking with the 12th pick?
I'm with C. Wood, man. You know, get the band back together, baby. Give me JSN. You know, a guy I've got familiarity with, guy through for 1,600 yards with, connected with.
Right.
You know, we can get this offense started up in Houston. Don't forget about Nico Collins out there on the outside. They got a solid little tight end. I forget his name, but he was a young guy out there. And then you mix it in with Dameon Pierce, and then it's looking kind of okay.
Right, not bad.
Kind of 5-1-ish.
Right. And what a good defense can do for you all of a sudden. And yeah, D, thanks for letting me know, baby. I got it on my TV, man. The Knicks, unbelievable. I told you Cleveland ain't doing shit this year. I told you. Cleveland ain't doing nothing. Football or basketball. Knicks, we got him, baby. We got him. All right. Moving it along. Move on the song. We got, let's see, 13th pick we're on. The Packers right now as they traded with the Jets. Yes, the Packers now moving into the new era, the Jordan Love era of football, and he's going to need himself a tight end also. So that's where I'm going with the other tight end guys. I'm going to take Michael Mayer. I think that it just fits perfectly for them. Just get a tight end. Robert Tonyan is gone. He's done. They have Christian Watson. They have Romeo Doubs. So you got your outside. Give Love somebody to throw to on the inside. So see, Lou, that's where I'm going with the other tight end out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely going tight end, but I'm going the other one, Dalton Kincaid.
Kincaid, he's the better one from what I hear. That's why I had him going one spot up, no doubt. All right, what you got, Wood?
Right here, I've got him getting actually some offensive line help. Man, I've got Skoronski going right here, man, out of Northwestern. I think get that protection for Love as well. Obviously, that's going to be important. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm going with, man.
I like that. That makes sense. Yeah, offensive line, I like that too. What are you thinking? Hey, what's up, Realism? Terrell, what's happening, kid? Always good.
I always I'm always, ever since we drafted Ebron, man, I'm a little bit, I suffer from PTSD, man, from tight ends, man. So I never really throw them out there too early. I don't know if C. Wood was been looking at my notes, man, or what, man. He got a smile over here, man. I'm going offensive tackle and guard Pete Skoronski as well. Again, I think he's fallen a little bit because, there's some talk about can he play a tackle in this league or is he going to be a guard? Well, Green Bay needs either one of them, and they need somebody who can succeed Bakhtiari on the left tackle, at the tackle position possibly next year. So I think this is a good pick for them. Get them some protection.
I like it. Yeah, he's got a drone flying around your living room or something like that.
Point, man. Great minds. Great minds
think alike.
Damien's got the Packers taking a wide receiver. Add on to that young
receiver.
Add on to that young crew, man.
They don't do that. They don't do that up there.
I know. At least now we haven't watched him draft a wide receiver in the first round. Now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, right? Imagine that.
Zay Flowers.
I would love it, man. That'd be great. All right.
Where did they take Christian Watson last year? Was it the first or second round?
Second round.
I think he was in the second round.
Yeah, okay. Second. And they got a pretty damn good deal.
They got Dobbs as well.
Yeah, they had Dobbs as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. If they could have both stayed healthy last year, then who knows? Maybe they could have had something. Yeah. All right, we go to number 14 right now. C. Lou, the New England Patriots are on the board.
Oh, man. So I know my guy, Jude, is going to be happy about this. I'm going Zay Flowers right here.
There you go. I like it. It's a good pick. I think wide receiver is the way to go, and because I think that Jackson Smith is the best wide receiver, and I haven't taken him yet, that's where I'm going for the Patriots. So I agree with you as far as the wide receiver goes. Well, what do you think, Sehan?
Yeah, if I'm New England, I'm trying to get get the old days back, man. So I'm drafting Tom Brady.
Who'd you draft?
He's not available, Tom Brady. He can't come back. We can't. We can't get the championship days going again. Tom Brady? No.
Tom Brady, the first ever 45-year-old draft pick.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to upgrade the defense at this point. Definitely need some wide receiver help, maybe tight end, but I'm gonna go cornerback, man. Devin Witherspoon still on the board here for us. Kind of go, could be a successor for what's the guy? I don't know if it's Jackson still over there or Johnson. Doesn't matter. Jalen Jones, I believe is his name. Jones. My bad. Get him another guy, man, who could, eventually succeed him as the number one corner over there.
That's a Bill Belichick pick right there. So that makes a lot of sense. I like that. What do you think, C Wood? You agree? Where you going?
Well, you got my boy Mac up there, man. So I'm going for some protection for him. I'm going with Broderick Jones out of Georgia.
That's another really good pick right there.
So I'm kind of on my offensive tackle kick right now.
There you go. Hey, we need him. I mean, people, again, don't understand. Football is won and lost in the trenches. The offensive, defensive line. You ain't got that, you ain't got shit. People need to understand.
Hear that?
Wake up. That's how football is won and lost, people. That is how it's done. All right. The new look Jets are on the board. Here we go with Aaron Rodgers and all that good stuff. And now he's going to be practicing in the offseason for the first time in like 12 years. Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard is over there. CJ Uzama, they have a pretty good offensive line. Maybe need a little work there. Defense stepped up huge last year. Had the offensive and defensive rookie of the year. No wonder why Rodgers wanted to go there and follow in Brett Favre's footsteps. So the Jets got the 15th overall pick. C. Wood, what did they do with it?
I started to go tight end here, Mayer or kid out of Utah, but I'm going protection again. Again, like I say, I'm on that offensive tackle kick, so I'm going Darnell Wright out of Tennessee.
Good pick. And somebody brought him up a little bit ago about when he was going to go. He's one of the better offensive linemen in this draft. So if they can get him all the way down there at number 15, that'd be a pretty good job. I like that.
I agree.
All right, what do you think, CeeLo? Jets at 15.
So you got to get something to protect your asset, right? The asset that you just got in Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going Broderick Jones right here.
Broderick, that's a good pick. And man, I got to tell you, that's what I was thinking too. I kept thinking offensive line. And I'm like, damn, they draft like 3 offensive linemen every year, and then 2 of them get hurt. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you know what? Keep that defense beefed up, because I don't know what's going to go on with that defensive line. Sometimes they got guys in and out, hurt linebackers here and there. So I went with Kalijah Kancey, who you went with a little bit earlier, Steve Lou. I think Kancey fits in with the Jets right in the middle right there, and keep keeping up the defense. So that's what I'm going to go with, D-tackle with Kancey, which brings us to my man, C. Hen. Who you got to finish it off with the Jets at 15?
Again, man, we need some protection for Aaron, and I'm going again with Darnell Wright. I think he's the best offensive tackle on the board right now. Mm-hmm. Guy who's a plug and play at the right tackle spot. Some people have some questions about, can he play left tackle? He looked like a dancing bear to me. So plug him in at right tackle right now, and maybe he can, become a left tackle in the years to come.
Be like Cocaine Bear, freaking all over the damn place. I heard that movie.
Hey, man, I tuned into that movie trying to thought it was a comedy, man. That was pretty violent, man. That was a horror film.
People's limbs are getting ripped off in that movie. I'm like, what's going on here? I thought it was a funny movie.
Hey, man, my daughter was like, what are we watching? What do you have me watching? I turned that right on off, man.
I love it. Yeah, I think that you guys are probably right, to be honest with you. I mean, you do want to protect Aaron Rodgers' old ass. I mean, he is like 96 right now, so you're probably right. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm still going with that D-tackle. Something tells me. Anyway, at 16, we have the Commanders, who I had trading out, so I'll go last on this one. So the Commanders at number 16, my man C. Hen, what do they do?
Man, another fan base that has a lot of different questions. To me, the biggest questions are at offensive tackle and cornerback. I'm going to go with Broderick Jones at this point, but I looked very, very hard at Joey Porter Jr. and I looked very, very hard at Brian Branch as well, who plays the slot. But I think they should start in the trenches, improve that offensive line. They plug in a guy at possibly right or left tackle. You can move in the guy Cosme, and they signed Andrew Wiley as well. Move him to guard And
Right.
one move can potentially improve that line in 2 or 3 different spots, and that's what they need to do in Washington, in my opinion.
That's good insight, man. I like that. That's a really good call right there. Yeah. Again, a team that needs a lot of help, and again, starting the trenches. I don't think that's bad. You mentioned Joey Porter Jr. A lot of mock drafts have him linked going over there, so it is certainly possible. Silu, what do you think with the Commanders at number 16?
So I think they actually go with Osiris Torrance out of Florida, offensive guard.
Okay. All right. I like it. Yep. So you see, that's the thing. When we look at drafts and people have, their ranks, 1 through 50 or whatever it is. Sometimes you see a guy who was ranked like 44 end up in the top 15. And it's because they don't know everything. They don't know everything. You got to give it a chance. Things actually do work out. All right. Wood, what about you? What are we doing with number 16, the Commanders here?
Well, like C. Hen said, a lot of different, and C. Lou, of course, there's a lot of different areas you can go to. This is one of my toughest decisions that I came to in this first round. I went corner, and this might be a little bit early for him, but Deonte Banks out of Maryland.
Okay. I like that, actually. I like that.
Right.
Good feedback of this kid. Yeah. And corner is good. I mean, listen. You got to have it with the way that Jalen Hurts and them are passing the ball over there. I know that, what's his name in Dallas, Dak Prescott, they're not all that great in the passing game, but CeeDee Lamb is somebody you got to deal with. So, look, cornerback is a total premium, man. When you can get him, go get him. So I got no problem with that. I'm with you. Remember, I had a trade with the Commanders going to 5, so I have Seattle at 16, and I have them getting pretty lucky getting Nolan Smith out of Georgia over here. Somehow he falls on my draft board a little bit. So I think they stick with the defense over there and keep trying to beef that up and, take care of them offensive weapons like in San Fran and L.A. All right, moving it along to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's do it. Guys, for me, it was just too obvious. I mean, Joey Porter played there, so you know what? His son's going to play there. He's from Penn State, cornerback. Steelers need one. I had to do it, C. Henry. I had to do it. I had to go Joey Porter to the Steelers. It made too much sense.
You know what? I struggled with that, pick as well. I think they needed some help on the offensive line as well. But on my board, there's been a run of tackles, and I think it'll be a reach if they grab the next possible one at this point. There is a lot of intriguing cornerback prospects on the board at this time. I just saw a couple of reports saying that they didn't like Joey Porter, and when I hear the Pittsburgh fans, they say they don't like Joey Porter. He doesn't play the style that they play.
Oh boy, so
I'm gonna go Joey Porter. Smoke screen season, baby.
Smoke screen, baby. That's right. I was waiting for that. I love it. Yeah, DA is right, man. Every time he hears the name Joey Porter, it means he's getting old. Well, you know how I feel, man. Yeah. I still remember when he was a rookie. Shoot, but yeah, you're right. Oh my God. All right, so Joey Porter, we both got him going over there. What do you think, Seawood?
We got the trio going, man. I mean, his dad went to Penn State. He went to Penn State. Joey Porter went to Pittsburgh, of course. It's been a part of his career there, so why would he not go right here to the Steelers? I mean, it makes too much sense, man.
Yeah, it does. It makes so much sense it probably won't happen, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris?
So, yeah, I guess I'm going against the grain because I got them taking Darnell Wright. I think they need to protect their quarterback. And I mean, I understand in their division, they're really built on defense and everything. But at the same time, if every team has a great edge rusher, you need to protect Kenny Pickett because if he's going to be your quarterback of the future, he can't keep getting these concussions. So I got them going Darnell Wright right here.
That makes sense, man. And again, that's pretty good for a guy like Darnell Wright. I mean, so much good stuff about for him to be able to drop in our mock drafts like this. Pretty damn good. All right, not bad.
Yeah, and I mean, you got a bunch of you have a ton of good quarterbacks in that division. Lamar, if he goes back,
right.
You got Deshaun Watson, then you got Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
you got to be able to put up some points. I understand being able to stop their offense. You also got to be able to score with their offense. So, I'm going there.
That's a good call. You're right. And that's something that the Pittsburgh Steelers have had a problem with for the past 3-4 years. They have not been able to score. They thought that Najee Harris was going to build up that offense again. Not totally his fault. The offensive line has been in disarray for a couple of years, but yeah, they just have not been able to score. Big Ben, he lost it. Wide receivers started moving to different places. Antonio Brown flipped the fuck out. I mean, so much shit happened. It was crazy. But we go back to Detroit, baby. Detroit is on the clock again at number 18. C. Hen, take us home.
Man, we were really hoping and praying that somehow Bijan was gonna make it here, but he ain't quite make it. We was praying. You know what I'm saying? We got the Rosemary's out and everything, but we can go a lot of different directions here. Still on my board, Kalijah Kancey is still here. And we're in a situation where we're drafting guys who can help us, but they don't necessarily have to start for us. And that's a position that we haven't been in years. So shout out to Brad Holmes for getting us here. Cornerback is a spot that we need to look at. We got a couple guys in free agency that can help us out, but we only have one guy, Cam Sutton, under contract after this year. So I'm going to go with the guy whose skill set, man, has really, really intrigued me. Last time we went to Mississippi State, we got Darius Slay out of there, another lanky cornerback who they said was a little too skinny to play in this league. So I'm going to go with the guy who turns the football over, man. 14 picks, 6 pick sixes. We need all of that in Detroit. So give me Emmanuel Forbes, man. Ooh. Come up here, enjoy some of our fine dining establishments, hit the Coney, get you some corned beef, baby. You'll be 185, 190 in no time. And again, he doesn't have to come in here and start right away. We got Cam Sutton. We have Emmanuel Mosley. We got C.J. Gardner, who can play in the slot a little bit. So he doesn't have to get out here and play a major role for us right away. Again, get that, eat good and get in the weight room, make that bad weight good weight. And he's ready to go next year.
Yeah, all right. I like it a lot. Hey, listen, because a lot of us went with cornerback for the Lions earlier. A lot of us took Gonzalez. You took Wilson, so it makes sense for you to take a cornerback over here with Forbes. I get it. Good job. I like it. I like it a lot. With the Lions, you tell me, C-Hen. I like Lucas Van Ness, the defensive end from Iowa. I think he can bring – because, again, I went cornerback for the Lions first. So, as you did earlier, you went with Tyree Wilson to go with them, right? To go with Aiden Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Van Ness is an interesting case because, I watch a lot of Big Ten football, and I saw him sometimes, and sometimes I didn't see him. So, that's my only, worry. Like, he didn't really make a big continuous impact here. I don't even think he had any starts there, so he had some proving to do to his own staff there. So a good player, but I gotta kind of wonder why is the name rising so fast now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's true, right? I saw he had like a little promo on ESPN or something like that. I don't know if that helped him or hurt him. I don't really know, but I don't know. That's the guy who I ended up going with. There was a few other defensive ends in there, C. Lou, that I thought about, and C. Wood. But that's who I ultimately went with was Van Ness. I'm hearing good things about him, but then again, yeah, it's like, why are we just hearing his name now and I didn't hear it all college season? So it's a little shaky. I don't know, but what are you going to do, Seawood, with this pick over here with the Lions with their second pick overall?
I'm going edge, but going back to the SEC. As much as I don't like Georgia right now, you can't go wrong with these Georgia Bulldogs. I've got them taking Nolan Smith right here. Like y'all was saying, put him on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, and I think you got something, man. Nolan Smith, in a lot of ways, I think he kind of anchored that defense to a degree. And I thought he may have been their best defender overall, in my opinion. So I'm going there with the Lions, man.
Man, the Lions could be looking really good with these couple of picks coming up this year. And how about, man, the Lions are going to be tough. Watch out. Maybe the favorites to win the division. All right, C. Lou, finish it off over here with the Lions. What do they do?
So for the Lions, I'm actually going Michael Mayer right here.
Oh, good pick. I like that. No more Hockenson? Okay.
I thought about that.
No more Hockenson.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Not the tight end in the first round. Oh,
Lord. Get them who they call Baby Gronk, man. Get y'all Baby Gronk.
Right.
Hey, he's no Eric Ebron, bro. I get it though. Trust me, I get it.
Eric Ebron. That's like cursing. That's like blasphemy. Eric Ebron.
Let me ask you this though, real quick. See what about Nolan? I'm sorry. Yeah, Nolan Smith. Because we fluctuate in terms of our fronts. But most times we're a 4-man front. So do you have any questions?
Well, that's true.
I'm just asking though, because I haven't seen a lot of them. Some people are like, hey, you know, he put a couple pounds on, put his hand, he's gonna be, you know, put his hand in the dirt with no problem. But do you have any concerns or any question marks about him being a true defensive end?
Yeah, trust me, I thought about that, but I think that he can make the adjustment, man. I really do, because I think that if I remember correctly, they seem like they played him inside here and there, if I'm not mistaken. So, even though I know he may be undersized, if you're gonna do it like that, I think he has that ability to make that adjustment. And you know, again, like I said, those Georgia guys, man, I think that they obviously top notch right now. So I think he can make that adjustment, man. I really do.
So someone made the comparison of him to Michael Parsons with more speed. So if that's the case,
I've heard that
gladly
too.
take all that. We'll take all that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I hear that.
Wow, no kidding.
For
Who
sure.
wouldn't do that? Jeez. Damn, C. Lou, it's a beautiful day where you are right now. It's nighttime where I'm at, man. I'm all jealous right now. It's gorgeous out there.
Yeah,
I
man.
know.
It's finally getting
I was just sitting there thinking the same
sun
thing.
out here, man. We finally getting some sun out here, some
There you go.
sunshine and all of that.
Right? That doesn't happen too often over in the Northwest, so you got to take it when you can get it. All right, so we are up to pick number 19, and that would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And there's a lot of different ways we can go with this one, guys. You know, what they got? Freaking what's his name? Baker Mayfield at quarterback now. So I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Maybe they should draft a quarterback. I don't really know. I thought for a while I was thinking about moving them up and taking maybe an Anthony Richardson or a CJ Stroud or something like that. But ultimately I left them where they are. And I know they need more defensive help now. They need a lot of help in a lot of places. But I like this Miles Murphy kid out of Clemson, and him still being around defensive end at 19. I think that's where the Bucs go, Seawood.
Well, I've got one trade in this first round, and this is where I'm going to have my trade. So it's a small one, though. I'm just not really sure that Tampa Bay is really knows exactly what direction they want to go in right now. So I can see them trading down in this one. So I've got them trading actually with Baltimore at the 22 spot. And I've got Baltimore trading up to 19 and drafting Zay Flowers.
Interesting. I like it. All right. I like that a lot. Very good.
Yeah, I think the Ravens obviously need some help on the outside, whether it's going to be Lamar or whatever.
Yeah, no, you ain't kidding. I mean, I know they got Odell, but, you know, you got to hope that his two legs are still going to be working by the end of the season, you know? I mean, damn, shoot. So, all right, yeah, let's see what happens with that. That's an interesting call right there. All right, C. Lou, what you got for the Buccaneers in 19?
So I'm gonna go Brian Branch right here, safety out of Alabama.
Nice.
They have a lot of holes to fill, so you know, just pretty much throwing some of the dartboard, seeing what comes of it. But safety is a need, and so I think they're going Brian Branch right here.
Yeah, I feel the same way. They need help in a lot of places right now, and it's funny they just won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, but it's a whole different story right now. Hen, what do they do?
So, you know, I think they have a lot of needs as well. And again, I think they play a bunch of multiple fronts. This is where I stuck Kyle Van Ness, not because I love him as a prospect, but because of his position versatility. You know, if they need him to play, you know, strong side and in the 4-man front, he can do that. If they need him to play the 3 technique and the 3-man front, he can do that. So he gives us some position versatility up front. I would hope that I was hoping that they would have a shot at a quarterback right here, maybe Hendon Hooker. Who knows?
That's possible, especially if they do move back, like Seawood was talking about, and making that trade and collecting a couple of more picks. Maybe you grab him at the end of the first round, however it works out. I don't know. But yeah, if he didn't tear up his leg, we may be talking about Hendon Hooker as the second, third best quarterback in this draft right now. So it's weird how things work out, really. It's too bad because that kid's a hell of a player, and he had Tennessee doing stuff that, you know, that hadn't been seen since Peyton Manning. You know what's up? So, I mean, shit. All right.
Like beating Alabama.
Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. All right. We are on the board again at number 20. The Seattle Seahawks have their second pick of the draft. C. Lou, this is your territory. What do you got?
Anthony Richardson, Seattle Seahawks.
Wow. Okay.
Sit behind Geno Smith, learn that
still
offense. Yep. For me, he's still there.
I held on.
Sit behind Geno Smith, learn that offense. They have a strong run game, especially with the rookie Kenneth Walker, or I guess the second-year player now, Kenneth Walker.
He's great.
And yeah, he can just sit. He can sit back and learn, or if something happens to Geno, you step in and see what he can do.
So
Get him some reps.
let's talk about this for a minute over here before we go on and everybody else makes their pick. Because so Geno, but they give him a 3-year deal, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so they gave him a 3-year deal, but again, he's getting older, so it's not like he's going to be around forever. So I definitely hear that point.
But I think the 3-year deal, all the money's up front. So like all the money is, I think, in the first year. So they could really cut ties with him after this if they like what they see from AR.
Right, and they don't have to pay AR a damn thing for 4 years. They don't have to give him anything. Chump change.
Yeah.
Do you think that they want him bad enough that they would risk it at their top pick at the draft, or you think that they feel comfortable enough, like, all right, maybe even if we don't get this kid, we're going to be all right?
I think they could risk it. Just because the prospect he is, his traits and everything, and the multiple ways they could probably use him, especially back there with Kenneth Walker. So I mean, I think like even if you don't start him, like giving him some packages throughout the season, so that way he still gets those reps in and everything like that. So I could definitely see it because you get your quarterback of the future. I don't think they're going to be picking, really high over the next few drafts. I think they're still going to be a competitive team. And I mean, I think that over the next few drafts, because I think this pick, or no, the other pick was from the Broncos. So like this would be where they would be picking this year anyway, because of the season they had. So I think they're going to be somewhere around here, for the foreseeable future. And then next year, when like Drake May and them come out, Caleb Williams, they're not going to have a high enough pick to go get their quarterback. So I think this is where you get your guy in. You bet on his traits, and you let him develop.
Hey, man, if he falls down there, that would be something else, bro. That would be something else. That would be a hell of a get right there. And, Tyler McGurk, what up, man? Thanks for the shout-out, saying this is a freaking crew right here, and I'm sure he means that in a good way. Much appreciated, brother. Appreciate it. All right. C-Hen, what do the Seahawks do over here at number 20? Second pick in the draft.
Yeah, they can go a couple different ways, man. But, I mean, this team here has drafted pretty well the last couple years. We saw them improve their secondary last year with Tariq Woolen.
Yeah.
We saw them add some quality linebackers. And now, earlier in the draft, I gave them Jalen Carter at defensive tackle. Now I'm going to give them Miles Murphy at defensive end to shore up that defensive line. And they have a tough young defense that they're building up there in Seattle. So I think this will be a great fit for Miles Murphy and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. I don't need the Seattle to be getting any better. Y'all see I'm wearing my 49er hat on over here. I got my jersey back there. I don't need Seattle to start getting better like they were in like 2011, 2012, 2013. Stop that shit. Stop. I don't want it. No, leave me alone. I don't want none of it. C. Wood, where are we going with pick number 20?
Well, since I have Anthony Richardson going to the Titans, if all that transpires like I'm thinking it could or whatever, I would have had him going here, but I'm going Hendon Hooker. Okay. Again, basically everything that C. Lou said. I mean, he can sit there for a season. Obviously, you don't have to rush him back. He can get that ACL, good. And I think someone's going to take him in this first round. And like you said, it's really just a shame, man, that he slid this far because of that injury. So I'm going with him, man. I think that'll be a really good pick for Seattle for the future.
You know what? I got no issue with that at all, man, because, again, we talked about how good and how high of a prospect he was. Even last year they talked about he may have been one of the top quarterbacks coming out. So, yeah, I can see this team doing it. I can even see another team coming into the first round and picking him up. So I kind of think he may be a first rounder. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to be, but he might be a first rounder. He's got the goods. He's good enough. We know that. Anyway, we have all talked about Darnell Wright. I still have him on my board. So I'm going to let Seattle take Darnell Wright, offensive tackle out of Tennessee. So that'll be my pick at number 20. And get rid of them damn freaking Seattle Seahawks. I hate them. Seattle Seahawks make me sick. Enough of them. Let's talk about another team. Draft pick is in. We have the San Diego LA Chargers, wherever the fuck they play. Doesn't make a difference. But I think Keenan Allen getting hurt too much. Mike Williams getting hurt too much. I mean, they're losing guys to throw the ball to. Zay Flowers is still on my board from Boston College, so I got the Chargers taking Zay Flowers, CeeLo.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go the opposite of wide receiver. I'm gonna go Devin Witherspoon because he's still on the board.
Oh,
They need
nice.
a corner,
Yeah,
and so I'm gonna send him to LA.
still on your board. I had him going pretty high with the spoon. I had him going, I think, right after Gonzalez. A couple of us did. Me, Seawood, we both did. We had Gonzalez and then Witherspoon. So Witherspoon would be a hell of a pick. I mean, down to 21, that would be great. All right, what do you think, Seawood, for the Chargers at 21?
I'm with you on the wide receiver, man. I've got Zay Flowers off of my board, so my next one is I'm going to SC Jordan Addison.
Nice.
I think he'd be a good fit for Herbert, and like you said, with all the receivers that they already have. So yeah, I'm going with Addison at that position.
Yes, well, I totally agree with you, man. I really think wide receiver is the way to go here. I have no problem with cornerback, especially in that division, as we talked about, C-Lou. But let's see what C-Hen says.
Man, again, man, Mr. Wood is all in my notes, man. I went with Jordan Addison as well. Former Biletnikoff winner, had over 1,500 yards at Pittsburgh. Transferred to USC last year. I think he's really a sneaky route runner. 5'11", 180 pounds, gives you a little bit more size, I think, than Zay Flowers. If these guys, him and Zay, if they were 6'1", 6'2", you would see them probably as top 20 picks. But I think this is a good pick and a good fit for Jordan Addison. He don't have to relocate too far either.
Right. There you go. Not bad. And we got one of the smartest football dudes that I know for sure, and that's the real deal. Damian Adams asking if the Chargers could go tight end here. Why not? I mean, who's that other kid? Darnell Washington is that really big 6'7" tight end, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility. I can see that happening. Now
Did they sign Gerald Everett, or did they franchise tag him? Did he?
You know what? I'm not sure if they kept him or not. I'm going to look this up like right now because I'm so curious. Because this is interesting. A tight end would be a good move right there. Gerald Everett is. Dun, 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 dun. Nope, he's. Oh no! Wait, hold on. No, he is. He's with the Chargers. He is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still with the Chargers. But hey, you know what? Doesn't matter. Why not go dual tight end? Even that makes no difference to me. Why not? If a guy's good enough, go ahead and grab him. But I think we're all thinking in that same position. I know that you went with the spoon, C-Lou, and again, that makes a lot of sense in that division. But yeah, Justin Herbert, he needs somebody else to throw the ball to also. So I like all our picks right there. Pretty good. All right, we're getting down to number 22 right now. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock. Mr. C. Wood, what do you say at number 22 for Baltimore?
Okay, well, this is where I had that trade, where Tampa Bay traded down. Okay, so I've got them going with the Florida guy, the offensive guard, O'Cyrus Torrence. Like I say, I just don't know. I can't get a feel what Tampa Bay is going to really try to do here. And so, for me, I think that's a pretty good pick. I think with C-Lou, you have him going higher. And so I think that'll be a good pick for them to just, kind of start to refresh everything there in Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, they're hitting the restart button over there. There's no doubt about it. Especially when Baker Mayfield is your quarterback, you're gonna have to restart somehow. So yeah, they need to figure it all out. All right, Baltimore Ravens on the clock. C-Hen, what do you got?
Man, this was a tough one, man. I was looking at corners. I was also looking at the D-line. They did lose, Kalai Campbell a couple years ago, and they haven't really, adequately replaced him. So I'm going with a guy who may be a little further down the board, but I think he's really rising up. He got invited to the draft. So I'm going to go with Keion White, who's a versatile defensive lineman from Georgia Tech. Yeah. Again, gives them a guy, who they can plug into that defense and add some toughness, some athleticism, and get after the quarterback.
I like it. That's pretty good right there. All right, good pick.
I like that pick too.
Good pick. All right. See, Lou, you got to pick for the Ravens now. What are they doing? Lamar coming, going. They have some wide receivers now. I don't know what's going on. What are the Ravens doing?
Yeah, so right here, oh man, they need wide receiver, they need edge, they need corner.
Yeah.
The ultimate get back to the Steelers franchise would be drafting Joey Porter Jr. right here to the Baltimore Ravens.
I love it. I love it. Don't even stab him in the back. Stab him in the front. Shit. Right, just get him right.
Yep.
That's a great pick. I love that right there. That's excellent. All right. Mine, guys. Chris, what you just said is all right. They need offensive line. They need defensive line. They need cornerback. They need wide receiver, which is exactly why they're taking Bijan Robinson. He's still on my board. They're taking Bijan Robinson. Baltimore Ravens, they love their running backs. They were always getting hurt. Maybe this guy stays healthy and does something for him. So give me Bijan at number 22.
Him and Lamar back there will be nasty.
Oh, you supposed to take him at 18 at Detroit, man. How you let him get past Detroit?
What's up with Jamal Williams? He's going to score another whole bunch of touchdowns this year.
Well, he's out. We went.
You
with,
got Montgomery. You got Montgomery.
Montgomery. Yeah. We went with Montgomery.
Why the hell did they do that?
Well, to be honest with you, Jamal did it. Basically, we offered him some money that was very, very, very similar to what we ended up giving David Montgomery, but Jamal was the first one we approached with it, and Jamal wanted to seek other offers. So he went out to seek other offers. The running back market crystallized, and it's like, the money that we're giving you, we can get a better back. And he had a deadline though that he was supposed to get back with Brad, and let them know yay or nay on the deal. He missed the deadline. It crystallized. We got David Montgomery.
That's right, and DA just reminded me right now. That's right. He's with the Saints. Who that? He's real happy right there. He's got David Carr now, Derek Carr, whatever his freaking name is. Holy shit. Yep, little
car.
Whatever car they driving. All right, yeah, Jamal. All right. Okay, so there you go. All right, so I got Bijan going to the Ravens, and if Lamar Jackson is there, obviously that would make him all the more very, very, very happy. So we shall see what happens. All right, let's move it on to our next pick over here. We're at 23. This pick is definitely interesting, the Minnesota Vikings, because I can see them taking Hendon Hooker. I don't think they're going to, but I can see it happening. But I went cornerback for them because, again, passing league. I know that the Bears aren't much of a threat right now. The Lions are a threat, even though Jameson Williams is going to be out again for the first 6 games due to betting. Just unbelievable. I can't believe that should happen. But no, I think that again, you gotta protect. You gotta make sure you can cover your wide receivers. So I'm gonna go Branch out of Alabama for the Vikings. So Branch is my pick. What do you got? You like that pick?
That's a good pick. I like that. They need some help on the defense.
Yeah, they do. They got to get their defense going because they can score. They've shown that, but they can get scored on too. And when the Giants are outscoring you at home, that's a problem. I'm sorry, that's just a problem. Daniel Jones throwing the ball all over the damn yard. Give me a break. All right. So what do you got for the Vikings at 23?
So for me, I can go a couple different directions. Hendon Hooker definitely came to mind here. But I think that they're still kind of, in the wide open NFC North, where they're still trying to be very, very, very competitive. They won it last year. And again, there's no Aaron Rodgers in the division this year. So I think they load up on offense. And I think they go to Quentin Nelson and help out the wide receiver spot. They got Justin Jefferson, a refined route runner, who hopefully can, hopefully that rubs off on Quentin a little bit, who needs to refine his route tree a little bit. But now they get that big physical outside receiver to kind of be bullying some of the other cornerbacks in our division. So Quentin Nelson, I think, is the pick.
Okay. I dig it. I like it. All right, Silu, what do you think?
Yeah, so right here for the Vikings, I got I did a run on corners. So I'm going Deonte Banks right here out of Maryland.
Hey, still on your board. That's a good pick right there. I like it a lot. All right, which brings us to my man C. Wood. What are we going to do over here with these Minnesota Vikings at 23?
I'm going back defense as well, and this is where I have Kalijah Kancey going.
Okay,
defensive, Pittsburgh. Again, just like you guys just said, man, you got to get defensive help. I can definitely see going corner here as well. I can see possibly even Brian Branch, the safety position or whatever, but since Kancey is still on my board, I'm going to go with him right there on the defensive line.
That makes sense. And look, if you can stuff up the middle of the line, that helps your whole entire team out. So that would be a great pick if it were to work out, no doubt. All right, we are at 24. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who won your guys' division last year. I know you don't want to see that happen again, so go make a bad pick for them, CeeLo.
Yeah, so they like to take project players. So
True.
I'm gonna give them Miles Murphy out of Clemson,
Okay.
edge rusher.
All right, Miles Murphy, not a bad pick. Definitely not a bad pick at all. The Jaguars, I went back and forth a lot, but I realized that this guy fell so far. And again, we always talk about protecting your asset, protecting your quarterback. I don't know how Broderick Jones is still on my board at offensive tackle for Georgia, but I got him going to the Jaguars, Seawood.
Cool. Well, I've got them going back and drafting Blake Bortles again. That's the way I think that'll be the perfect spot for him right here. Nah, serious. I'm going Brian Branch, Crimson Tide.
Nice.
I think they give him some help at safety as well. I think it makes a lot of sense, man. And like I said, they have a couple needs on their side. I think Brian Branch will fit in well.
Yeah, I agree. I think cornerback would be a good way to go right there. And he's seen it all at Alabama in the SEC, so that would be a pretty good way to go. I like that. All right, 24, Jacksonville Jaguars. My man C. Hen. What do we do?
Man, I too went to Alabama and Brian Branch. Man, it's crazy. He's still on the board right now. He can do a little bit of everything. He can help him in the slot. He can play, big ball, big time ball, close to the line of scrimmage, big boy ball, I should say, close to the line of scrimmage. A lot packed into a small package, man. So I like Brian Branch a lot here for Jacksonville.
I like it. I dig it. All right, Jacksonville. Let's see if they're going to still be on the come up. These guys over here, very interesting team. And I know that Wood and C-Lou got their eyes on that big time right there. I know you're all watching.
Man.
Whew. All right. Well, we got to watch the Giants a little bit. They made some noise last year. Saquon coming back, not too happy. Daniel Jones got paid a little bit. Still nobody to throw the ball to, so got to go wide receiver, right? I got Jordan Addison on my board, still Seawood, so I'm going to go with him out of USC for the Giants.
Okay, and that makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going with you with wide receiver. Obviously, Addison's off of my board, so I'm going to go TCU. I'm going with the other side of that national championship game, the Horned Frogs, Quentin Johnson, the big physical dude on the outside.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
No, it does make a lot of sense. Believe me, I went back and forth between the two of them, so it makes a hell of a lot of sense. I agree. What about you, CeeLo?
Yes, I'm with you. With both of y'all on the wide receiver, but I'm with you, Jason, on Jordan Addison.
Addison, nice. Addison out of USC, making Keyshawn Johnson proud and happy. All right, what do we do? C-Hen over here. Were we going wide receiver as well?
So I was looking at it. I was looking at it real hard, and unfortunately, Quentin Nelson is off my board. And they seem to have the most small slot wide receivers in the league. I don't know. They want to deploy 6 slots out there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to give them a small wide receiver this time. So I went to the defensive side of the ball and gave them Deonte Banks
Nice.
at Maryland at the cornerback spot, kind of helped that defense. But I couldn't give them another small wide receiver, man. They got like elite, like I said, Sterling Shepard.
Right.
I don't know who else out there. Everybody 5'11" and below. So
yeah, Darius Slayton. He's the only big guy they got is that Hodgins kid. Hodgins is the only big guy they got. That's it. He's the only one over like 5'11". It's pathetic. It's really no good. I love it. All right, here we go. As we're cutting down to the last few teams over here in the draft, we just had the New York Giants of the NFC East, the Cowboys of the NFC East pick after. You just said Deonte Banks. That's where I'm going for Dallas right now, C-Hen. So I think they need to match up over there with Diggs on the other side. Diggs takes a lot of risks. They need a guy who's going to try not to take as many, maybe sit back on a few balls and do his thing. I like Deonte Banks. I think he's going to be a pretty good player. So I got him going to Dallas, C-Hen.
Ooh. You add him with Gilmore and Diggs, man. That's tough there. That's tough.
Yeah.
I think they go defense. I think they want to kind of shore up the interior of their defensive line, maybe add some push there. So I'm going to go with the one gap killer himself, Kalijah Kancey out of Pittsburgh. And I'm hoping that the Lions then pass on the next great defensive tackle. Undersized a little bit, but a guy who
Yeah.
got to the quarterback, 8.5 sacks, man. So he really, really pushes the pocket, man,
Yeah.
and shoots those gaps. Probably could do a little bit better versus the run, but again, once he, starts eating a little bit and getting that weight room, he bulks up and
No
becomes
doubt.
a playmaker for Dallas, man, possibly on the interior.
And I seem to remember this guy named Warren Sapp, who wasn't the biggest guy in the world. He was like this stout, stocky, looked fat, didn't think that he could run. But you know what? Hall of Fame, motherfucker. That guy is amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you never know. You never know. You got to let him play ball. That's the way it goes. All right. See, Lou, what are we going to do with Dallas?
Yeah, so for Dallas, where I'm gonna go, man, hold on. I'm trying to think because it's between two positions. It's between linebacker and corner. And I think I'm gonna go linebacker, first linebacker off the board in Drew Sanders.
Nice.
Jerry loves his Arkansas boys.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Drew Sanders right here.
That's a good pick, man. I like that one right there. I thought about that as well. Seawood, take us home. Who we going with over here? Dallas at the 26th pick.
Man, I can see that Drew Sanders thing. I hated we lost him at Bama, man, after that first season. We could have used him on the outside of that defense, but I'm going on the other side of the ball. I'm going offense, man, and I still have Michael Mayer, the Notre Dame tight end, on my board, and I think that it could be a replacement for Schultz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going there. And I thought about maybe even going running back or whatever, but I'm going Michael Mayer right here for Dallas.
That's let me tell you something, man. That would be like the pick of the draft. If he fell to them, that would be amazing. That's exactly what Dak Prescott needs right now. There's no doubt about it. So I like that a lot. I really do. That's good shit. All right, we go to 27. The Buffalo Bills, who have been disappointing people lately. All right, Josh Allen, time for you to wake up. You need a little bit more help? Okay, we'll give you Quentin Johnson from TCU. He's still on my board, so I think the Bills go wide receiver over here, Siglu.
Yeah, so I'm staying on the defensive side, and I'm gonna go Brian Brees out of Clemson, defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's versatile. He can play a little bit on the edge, and he can play inside. And they need help defensively right now, especially after losing Tremaine Edmonds. I think they lost somebody on the interior defensive line too, so I don't remember. But yeah, I'm going Brian Brees right here.
No, it's not a bad call because, their defense really started to play pretty crappy, midway through the season. Then toward the end, they let Miami and Skylar Thompson score 31 in a playoff game. Like, come on, dude. You got to be kidding me. So you know what? I can totally get on board with that defense right there. It makes perfect sense. What do you think, Sheehan?
You know what? I'm of the thought process that I need Buffalo to understand that they play all the regular seasons to get that home field advantage, man, in December and January, and it's snowy, man, and you need to play tough man, big man football, man. You can't be playing that finesse, throw the ball around 40, 50 times, man, come January, man, in Buffalo. So I'm gonna give him somebody who can help that offensive line and help that run game. You know what I mean? Hand the ball off, man. Stop trying to make my man Allen do everything for you guys, man. So I'm gonna give him the big fella, Osiris. Torrance, man. Shore up that offensive line, man, so y'all can run the ball, man, and get you a mutter. And what I'm saying? Give you some victories, man, in January, man.
Good picks, man. I like it. These all fit. Makes perfect sense so far. Seawood, what do you think? What do the Bills do?
I went a bunch of different directions. I'm with Sheehan on that physical run game. I didn't go off. Well, I would have, but I ended up going wide receiver, but with Jordan Downs from North Carolina, slot guy. Yeah. But I totally thought about Charbonnet from UCLA as running back behind that offensive line.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna. I thought maybe been a little bit too early to go with him, so I'm gonna go with Downs to help that slot to go, with Diggs and all those boys on that side, man.
I like that. I think you're probably right because they still got James Cook, Dalvin Cook's little brother. So they're wondering if they're going to work out with him or not. So then maybe they give him another chance. Maybe they draft a running back, 3rd round, 4th round. I don't know. We'll see. But no, I like that. Good call all around. Would Buffalo trade up? Oh, question from Damien. Would Buffalo trade up for Bijan Robinson? You guys think that they would do that? Nah, because Sealou's
They
like, no way.
should. They should. He would be perfect.
They
He would be
they
perfect.
should. They definitely should. But I don't think they value the run game like that.
It doesn't look like it.
They might not. Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
might
look
not.
like it.
I'm gonna tell you though, he went a little bit earlier for me, but if he breaks down to that 15, 16, 20, and they're at 27, that
Yeah.
can be 1 or 2 picks, a third round pick that can get them there. So
Yeah,
they need to just keep it on the radar.
keep it on the radar. Keep it on the
That'll
radar.
be nasty. Him and Allen together, that'll be nasty with Diggs. Woo.
Because Josh Allen, he admitted like about a week ago in some sort of press conference or interview or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, I know I can't do this forever." He goes, "It's my mentality, but I can't be running around forever." I was like, "No, you can't." So you know what? Yeah, Bijan would help you out a lot. That would be pretty freaking sweet right there for him. Damn, maybe they'd be the front runners to go again, and then Kansas City would just break their hearts. That's what they do. Kansas City freaking Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, man, unbelievable. That guy is just a football god. All right, the Bengals seem to be the only team that can give Kansas City a problem. So you guys already got Torrance going. This is where I got Torrance going. A perfect fit from Florida. Osiris Torrance going to the Bengals. They keep trying to shuffle around that offensive line. They have a really hard time getting it right. Maybe this guy does it for him, Seawood.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense here, but I've actually got them going defense. I've got them going the edge with Miles Murphy out of Clemson.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think they need a little bit more on that side of the ball, and again, someone to they get back in that AFC title game. Hunt somebody to chase Mahomes, whoever it is. So I went that route.
All right, I like that. Then that's who you're going after. You're going after Mahomes. That's your enemy right there. There's the Kansas City Chiefs. They're pretty much the only team that's standing in front of you right now. So, yeah, you got to go out and beat them, right, CeeLo?
Yeah, for sure. Who I got them taking right here. I think they need cornerback help. So I'm going to Emmanuel Forbes right here.
Oh, okay, Forbes. All right, nice. Forbes 500, baby. Bring him on. Pay the man, first rounder. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, so Forbes going to the Bengals. Yep. Eli Apple, get out of here. Go have an orange or something. Leave. All right, Cihan. What are we doing with the Bengals, Cihan?
So again, man, we could have gone a couple different directions. I think I was looking at O-line a little bit, looking at a corner a little bit. I actually took a quick look at Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit at that running back spot.
Yeah.
You never know, man. Mixon, man. I don't know. But I went here with a tight end. I went here with Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame, a guy who can, be another asset, another weapon for Joe Burrow. Could actually, he's a guy who can block in line as well. So I think he helps that whole offense out a little bit, opens things up underneath, and gives Joe Burrow just another weapon, another toy to play with in that offense.
That would be freaking huge, man. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be tremendous. As if Bengals need.
I thought about that too. Yeah.
Oof, the Bengals, as if they need more damn weapons. All right, let's get the Damian Saints over here. I don't know if D's with us, but if D wanted to make a pick, go right ahead. His Saints, baby, his Saints. We shall see what they do this year. New quarterback in the house. Still got Dennis Allen. Defense is aging a little bit. So what do they do? It's a tough question, C. Lou. What do you think?
So right here, I'm gonna get them some defensive line help. We're gonna go edge rusher, Will McDonald IV out of Iowa State.
I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. That's exactly who I picked. 100%. McDonald is the way to go. I keep hearing really good things about him. And, yeah, if the Saints can get him at the end and have Cameron Jordan on the other side teaching him the ways to go in the neighborhood, freaking beautiful. Make it happen. All right, C. Wood, what you got for the Saints at 29?
I'm going up front, but I'm going inside. I'm going Brian Brees out of Clemson.
All right. Defensive
tackle. Again, then I think that's a need for the Saints coming into next season, man. So yeah, that's I can see going edge as well though. So yeah, but I got Brees right here.
All right, Brees. All right, so we got a Brees. We got two McDonald's, the fourth, and Henry. You say,
man. Once again, man, I'm going Breesy as well, man. Here at the defensive tackle spot. They lost, was it David Onyemata? Don't give me sorry, David, on the name. But they lost him on that defensive line. So here's a guy they can definitely plug and play in there and help out that defense. I also looked at Jahmyr Gibbs here as well, too, because we never know what Kamara's got going on either. So
See, I just didn't know that you and C would talk so much on the phone. Obviously, you guys are like
Hey man, sir, this is organic.
I hacked this computer, man. I hacked into it, man. You know.
I love it, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is why this team is here today. I freaking love these guys. All right, we got two more teams, and that would be the Super Bowl representatives from the AFC and NFC. Let's go to the NFC first. The Philadelphia Eagles with their second pick in this draft. We talked about linebacker. That was their one kind of like glaring need for the most part. They were able to rush the passer. They were able to defend the pass, but the linebacker was kind of a tough spot for him. So I remember Drew Sanders, see, Lou, like you were talking about before. You had taken him a couple of picks ago. I think that he would fit in really nice with Philadelphia. So I'm going to go Drew Sanders here.
I like that. Right here, I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm gonna get them a running back, someone who can tote the rock and who can also catch out of the backfield. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm going with him at 30.
Yeah, we know Philly loves to run the ball, so you know what? Right? Why not get it going? I like it. All right, cool. All right, C. Hen.
So, I looked at a couple of different areas. I looked at, possibly a tackle to kind of succeed on Lane Johnson. Also looked at the defensive backfield as well, but I settled on the linebacker spot. I know they have Nakobe Dean from last year, who's supposedly getting healthy this year, is going to play a bigger role in that defense this year. But I went with Trenton Simpson, man, to give them another athletic guy they can throw out there, another guy who can, do a multitude of things, make plays from sideline to sideline, periodically blitz, can hold up somewhat in coverage. So gives them an athletic group of linebackers.
I like that. So, all right, so we're thinking on the same wavelength over here, just different player. I like.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep Jack Campbell and Drew Sanders at least to around the 48. So I'm pushing them down.
I love it, man.
All right, selfish, my bad.
You're bad. Are you kidding me? We say whatever we want on the show. We do whatever.
That's right.
This is ours, man. We do what we want to do. All right. What does Philly do here, Seawood, at number 30?
Either way, it was going to be roll tide for me. It came down to running back or linebacker, and I know it would have been Drew Sanders for me at that point, but I think I got a sneaky feeling they're going to go Jahmyr Gibbs right here.
Okay.
I thought about Jahmyr Gibbs in Buffalo as well, but I thought about that cold weather, and I know it's cold in Philadelphia, but I think that's a different kind of cold up there. So I think he slides right here, and I think it makes a lot of sense for them to slide him back there with Jalen Hurts, man.
I dig it. All right. It does make sense. Hey, if it's not Bijan Robinson, go with this Gibbs kid, man. Let's see what he's got. Why not? All right. Which brings us to our very last pick, because there are only 31 in the first round this year, and that would be the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. You guys have mentioned this guy's name before, so I'm going to throw the floor to you. I'm going to go with Emmanuel Forbes here. The Chiefs, again, they're stacked all over the place. I'm thinking wide receiver maybe, but then maybe they can get one in the second, third round. I'm not sure, but if this Forbes kid from Mississippi State is as good as I hear he is, I think they should go ahead and draft him. So that's what I'm going to do here, Seahen.
Yeah, man, for me, man, it was just, there's still some good talent on the board, man. So I feel like the rich were going to continue to get richer. I looked at the offensive tackle spot, but the highest guy on my board, man, is still here. And it's Zay Flowers, man, a receiver. Again, a little bit undersized, but a great polished route runner. You can plug and play right away at the slot, and he gets to play with Patrick Mahomes, man. So, I mean, damn, it's still gonna be damn good.
Sounds like a pretty good deal right there, man. I like that. All right, so you still had Zay Flowers, and Kansas City Chiefs are lucky enough to get him in Kansas City, where the draft is this year. Beautiful. C. Wood, what do the Chiefs do, the defending champions?
Man, if Zay Flowers falls to that point, man, I mean, seriously, man, that would be ridiculous. It'll be ridiculous, man. I'm telling you. But this might be just as pretty close to it. I'm going back to the SEC. I'm going Jalen Hyatt, man, Tennessee.
Okay.
Speedy dude, man. He came on this past season like blockbuster, man, and then just lit it up with Hendon Hooker, man. So I really like that pick because, again, I had some of those other guys already gone off of my board, man. Obviously, if Zay Flowers right there, it would be him. But I've got Hyatt, man. I think that's a good pick for them.
I like it. I like it. It's
I like
it's a
that too.
need right there. Make it happen. You know, they lost McCole Hardman. You know, they don't have, you know, a whole bunch of great receivers. Juju Smith-Schuster is gone. So yeah, see, Lou, it makes sense, man.
Yeah, nah, it makes sense. My bad. A little off topic. I'm out here at my son's soccer practice, and he just
No,
scored.
that's so
And
good, man. Hey, that's
him
what
and
life
his
is all about, bro. That's what life is all about. You enjoy that.
him and his teammates started hitting the gritty, so that was pretty funny. But right here at 31 for the Kansas City Chiefs, I think they go ahead and try to shore up that offensive line. I heard y'all talking about offensive tackles and stuff. And so right here, I'm gonna go with Anton Harrison from Oklahoma.
Good pick.
Yeah, that was my other choice right here, man. Again, man, that's crazy, man. They rich gets richer.
Yep, it's crazy, man.
They draft well.
Hey, but all I gotta say is the Colts can beat them. So you know we did it last year. We gonna do it
beat
again.
them. Did. You were there, right?
The sun does
Yeah, I
shine.
was there. I lost my whole voice being there too.
Yeah.
Oh, but that Jeff Saturday project, oh my God, what a failure that was. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that whole thing, but hopefully they get the coaching back around for you. It's going to be, look, between Jacksonville, Indy, and Tennessee, because Tennessee still has the ability to be good, because they have a great coach. They got Derrick Henry. I mean, things could happen. That's going to be a very interesting division, but this could be the time where, like, if Trevor Lawrence is legit, they just take off, man, and start owning that shit. I don't know.
It definitely is. That's why we got to get back good, man.
Yeah,
that's exactly why.
Who'd you have you Colts taking again?
I had us taking CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I got them taking Stroud also. I think that's the move right there. We'll see. And before we go, Wood, if you had your choice at number 11, who would you take?
Obviously, if the Anthony Richardson thing works out, we can go there. But I would rather go offensive tackle. Probably what's his name out of oh man, I can't remember his name now.
Broderick Jones.
Skoronski. I'd rather go him or Broderick Jones or Paris. Out of oh man, what's his name? Paris Johnson, yeah. Paris Johnson out of Ohio State. Either one of them for me, I think it would be the pick that I would go with. But then again, I can see a wide receiver, at the same time. So, but I would just rather go offensive line. We've had so many problems up front, man, and that's where I would start.
And Chris, you're good with Stroud, huh? You'd be happy if they took him?
I mean, yeah, if we took him, I would be very happy if we took him. But I don't know if he's going to be there. If he's not there, then I want to go Anthony Richardson. Like, those are the two quarterbacks that I want to take. I want to go tomorrow and get.
Yeah, I like that too. I would take all three of those guys over Will Levis also. Yes, he did have a good 2021 season, but I just feel like there's more potential with the other dudes. I don't know. So that's where I would go. That's where my head is at. But yeah, real quick, what about your Lions, Hen, before we get out of here? You got two picks sitting pretty.
For me, man, I'm just praying, man, that the best player, available falls to us. It can be ideally, if it's Willie Anderson, that'd be great. I'm okay with Tyree Wilson. I'm okay with Jalen Carter. If Brad, pulls the trigger on him, hopefully we've done all the homework. And then after that, at 18, we're just kind of working with, sending the house money at that point. So
yeah,
anybody who can help us, man, this year and years going forward, I'm not trapped into need. I'm not trapped into positional value. I really, really highly value special. So if I think you're special or you can be a special player, those type of guys can hide so many other deficiencies on your team. So you get those guys instead of just a guy. You know what I mean? So if we can get a good guy in Bijan, that's the ideal thing. Any of those guys I named in Bijan, then hey.
Oh man, well I hope it works out for you, bro. I definitely do. But this should be fun. I got all of it down. I wrote it all down. So we're gonna see who wins, and I'll text you guys and I'll let you know who won this damn thing. We'll have fun with it.
For sure.
I'll definitely hit you guys up tomorrow while the draft is going on.
Appreciate it, man. And I just want to let you guys know I don't get on here a lot with you guys, man. But I follow all you guys. I love your content, man. See, Will, we got to get together on the college football. We're going to do that this year for sure, man.
No doubt,
y'all
no
keep
doubt,
doing what
man.
y'all doing, man, because y'all doing some wonderful things as well. And y'all inspire me to keep going, bro.
That's
I
beautiful.
hear you.
Man.
Big Ten,
Nah,
Big
for
Ten,
sure, for
SEC,
sure.
got to do it. Absolutely, man. See, Lou, both of y'all, man, love following all y'all, man. Y'all know y'all sports, left, right, up, down, backwards, all of that. Look, man, y'all great followers, man.
That's why
Yeah,
you
nah,
three
for
here.
sure. And you know, the feelings mutual to all of y'all as well. I appreciate y'all following me and the interactions and everything, man. Y'all know I like to troll. Y'all know I like to, you know, you know, I do a little bit of everything on Twitter, man. But you know, I appreciate y'all following me. I love following y'all. So you know, the feelings always mutual for y'all as well.
No doubt, same here. And I couldn't have got three better guys, man. You all came to my mind. I'm like, yep, CCC, let's go. Let's have fun. Game on, baby. Let's do it. So I really appreciate you, fellas. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done this in a few months. So this is really good to get back in and have fun and do the draft. So I appreciate you, boys. I really do.
Definitely, same
Nah,
here,
for
man.
sure, for sure.
So we'll be in touch then, fellas. I'll drop this thing, and if you want, I'll send you guys the link so you can put it wherever you want.
Sounds
Yes,
All
good.
right,
sir.
for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
But
All right, boys. All right, thanks a lot, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
all right,
Tighten
thanks
up.
for having us, Jason.
All right, peace,
Hey,
baby.
man.